The sun came up pretty early. Zara had lingered so long in bed listening to the footsteps of the rest of the household climbing up and down. She intended spending the whole day in her hideout, not wanting to interact with her arch enemy. Don't stand there, get a mop. At least if you can't get pregnant, you should assist those that are, Mrs. Panham said. What? Zara stood dumbfounded. Zara, I will get it, Jabal interjected quickly. He ran to the kitchen and brought a mop. He wiped up the vomit, which had soaked into the rug. Let's go, Jabal. She will clean it up, Jare. Also, look after Tina. That's cooking. I sent her on an errand across the street. So I have become a maid in this house? When he was cooking and cleaning, become a maid in it's just only chores you're doing. Never mind, my dear, Jabal tried to soothe her. You can help keep an eye on the food so it doesn't get burnt. When Tina comes, she will clean this up properly and disinfect it too. Stop talking to her like she's a child, Jare. We don't have that luxury of time. Jabal looked at Zara helplessly. She turned and left. She fell on her knees in the room, punching hard into the pillow. She felt pain. She bit into her lower lip, trying to stop herself from crying again. Tears escaped from her eyes. She sat up and fished out the book from under the pillow. She opened it. Ever since she stumbled on those words the day Papa died, she had been skimming through the book. Papa was right. It gave her comfort now and then. She ran her eyes through the pages, flipping to the next and to the next, still tracing with her eyes. She finally found the words that caught her attention. But the one who endures to the end will be saved. She sighed. The tightness in her chest eased up. Whenever she was at the verge of losing her temper or having a nervous breakdown, she would fetch out that book. She just opened to any page and read. If she didn't find what would soothe her on that page, she flipped through till she found a suitable verse that gave her some encouragement. She suddenly remembered that the cooking gas was still on and dashed downstairs. Shadow of the Unseen, written by Lillian Akumwa and read by Neema Ebeletike. Excerpt from the book, I think chapter 32. Yeah, this book has 40 chapters. That's a lot. Yeah, and this book is written by Lillian Akumwa. Am I reading a book? I don't understand. Which one am I doing? Because it felt like you were just creating the pictures in my mind. So what inspired that style of writing? It's not easy.
Well, I've always loved creative writing as a child, and I've always loved to express myself in writing. So having to write in such a descriptive manner, it just came naturally. I pick details a lot, visually. And in fact, most of the people that have read the book often say that this book should actually be a movie.
Right.
Like they're reading and they can literally visualize
see how it's happening.
Right.
But that's really hard.
Yes.
How do you handle that?
It's just my imagination how it works.
Wow.
As a creative writer.
Wow. So in terms of challenges now, I'm saying, okay, the way she's writing this style of writing should be very hard. But you're telling me now that, I mean, it's not hard, it's my imagination. So what was the major challenge in writing this book, Shadow of the Unseen?
Okay, I think the major challenge for me was trying to bring in several characters.
Okay.
And depict so many things in just the storytelling.
Okay.
Because it's the story of so many people. I have several characters in it.
Yeah.
Right. And it's not just a story about regular human characters. It's also a mystery novel.
Yes.
You have the aspects of some angels,
Okay.
not the regular novel you'll come across in this part of the world.
Yeah.
You know, you see some angels, some demons, and all of that,
Yeah.
and how they interface with the natural human life and affairs. You know, so all of that was quite challenging to, you know, imagine you are here on earth and you can't imagine out there trying to depict what it looks like over there.
Yeah.
But thank God for movies like Doctor Strange, Lord of the Rings, and all of those.
Right.
They've given me a better way to imagine it, apart
yes.
from my own personal experiences. So I'm able to now describe it, but that was the most challenging part, depicting those unseen, because the book is about more of the unseen and how it impacts
us.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that you mentioned that, because, you know, I was reading the foreword and I noticed that you stated that the book is about how the unseen affects us in the scene in reality.
True.
So how does it really affect us? Like, I was thinking about it and I'm like, okay, it actually works. That happens a lot, right? But I want to hear from you. What's your view on that?
Okay, so like I said, it's just something I was inspired with in terms of the story. But really, the way it affects us is, I'm not just trying to tell something you just enjoy as a story.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make you see that every decision you make has an impact. It could be good or it could be bad. And there is an influence somewhere. The influence could also be an influence from goodness or from evil. You know, whether we like to accept it or not, there is God's side and there is devil's side. So you choose where you want to be on. So, but then beyond whether you're trying to affiliate with God's side or devil's side or the spiritual world in quotes, every decision you make is literally affected. And beyond that, part of what I'm trying to say in that story is that from reading this book, you're able to make the right decision. You live with a better sense of purpose and direction. You know, so those were the things I was trying to communicate in the book and let you see that all of these things that I'm describing in the unseen realm, it affects your decisions, your lifestyle, the things you do to other people, to fellow human beings. You know, you just read the part about Zara and the family.
I love it.
You know.
Zara is she seems like a very introspective person. For her to go back to her room and then have a book where she, you know, from her dad where he died, and she said some things and she's just reading it and helping her to, you know, calm her nerves and her pain. I'm just like, okay, this girl is deep. Because how many people have that kind of book where they just look through and then they feel better? Instead, they'll be shouting with their anger or hitting something or just being, like, say, naughty.
Acting up,
exactly. But she had a book. So, I mean, that brings me to think, do you have something like that? What was the inspiration behind that? Because a lot of Nigerians do
journal.
Yes.
So it's more like a gift from a father, a word father in quotes.
Okay.
To the daughter, a daughter in distress. Interestingly, if you read the story further, it's not really the Zara is not actually the man's biological daughter, you know, but it was it came into the family, and it's a polygamous family, something we can relate with.
I saw that. It's a lot.
So, and there's usually drama in a polygamous family, and then you see this your second wife, you know, pregnant, and you are not pregnant. So it's a lot for her to bottle in, and a lot of pain to deal with, even with the mother-in-law, you know,
on her neck.
I mean, so it's a lot. So that book was more like a gift and a letter from a father, you know, just to think about it when you are going through, so that you don't eventually act up and what could have become of benefit to you on the long run, you just spoil everything. You know.
Yeah. Okay. So I know that this narration draws attention to the temptations that, you know, the youth face. And I'm just wondering, why focus on the youth though? How about the elderly people? How about the kids? You know, why this particular segment of society? Why are you so passionate about them?
Okay, because I'm a youth myself.
Okay, I mean, first of all, you have to give it to your people.
Right. So the story is without bias. It caters for everyone. You know, like I mentioned, the old man, the married people, the young, the spinsters, the bachelors, everybody is included in the story, in the rich narrative. But the youth currently we know that we're facing a lot of issues.
Course.
You
Yeah.
know, there's career issues, there are things, personal issues, you know, psychological issues, mental health, you know, unemployment issues, you know, a lot of issues are facing the youth currently, and those are the things I'm trying to bring out. And beyond that, all of these issues would ultimately lead to each person making a decision for their life. You know, you look at, we ultimately look at our lives, you know, later in the future. Our life is based on the quality of decisions that we make over time, you know. So I have to focus on the youth so that I can also help them to make the right decisions. So we are faced with temptations. There is a place of compromise, even at all levels. Of course, place, you know, so much compromise. And then you have issues, sexual temptations, you know, a lot of things happening, you know, that you can't even begin to describe. And then you and with a lot of policies coming up here and there, there's the social media distractions. You can't, it is nameless. Social media. Oh, wow. So with all of this in perspective, I just felt like, okay, this is an opportunity to say something to the youth, but not just say it by telling them. There's a place of telling someone this is the right thing to do, and there's a place of describing this is the right thing to do. But if you choose to do it this way, I mean, that's on you. Exactly. This is what it is. Exactly. So you have to make your choice at the end of the day, and be ready to take responsibility for it.
I mean, deal with the consequences. Right. So 40 chapters.
Right.
40 chapters. I look at that and I'm like, yo, my mom writes, so I know how, you know, hard and tasking it can be. Not hard, but like tasking. But 40 chapters is a lot.
Yes, it is.
40 chapters. How long did it take you, Lillian?
Do you want the actual truth?
I want the truth. Nothing but the truth. Only the truth. How long did it take you?
Okay, so the time I wrote this novel, it took me 6 months of writing consistently every single day.
6 months?
Yes,
that's
6
really
months.
40 chapters?
Yes, every day.
You were not working? You were not doing any of that?
I was working as a freelancer.
Okay. But you were still working and you still had time to...
Yes. So I did most of the writing at night, and then worked during the day.
Wow, that's super amazing.
Yes, but it was more like something I was really passionate about. And you know, with having I was also at a point where I was trying to make life decisions. What kind of career do I want to go into? Okay. You know, what do I do? What do I want to do with the rest of my life? How do I want to impact people? Okay. You know, some of those critical points of my life made me realize that, okay, this is what I want to do. And all of those experiences are things that I have also brought into the story. You know, because I mean, we need to make sense of our living. Of course, at the end of the day.
Of our living. I love that. Now, I want you to just, you know, since this book is focused on the youth, it's for everybody. We're not saying it's just for the youth, but like, I mean, your focus is on the youth, right? Can you just give, like, you know, words of encouragement for the youth out there that's going through something? Everyone is going through something. So just a word of encouragement.
So I would say that life is full of challenges. Whatever challenge that you're faced with, just take it. Take it. Go through the process. You know, the thing about challenges is it that it makes you or it breaks you. But the way you handle it is what will determine whether it actually makes you. So go through the process, and in going through the process, don't lose yourself. You know, because at the end of the day, by finding yourself in the process, you become the person you're actually meant to be in life.
Love it. Ooh, I mean, that one, it touched me. I love it so much. So how can people get this book, Shadow of the Unseen?
Okay, so currently it's available on Amazon. Okay. And then also on my publishing platform, publishing outfit. Okay. So you can just give us a call if you want, to send an email. You know, on so the phone number 08171086009. That is if you want to get it directly.
That's too fast, Lillian. You're gonna take it slow.
Okay, so to get the book directly through our customer service, you can call 08171086009. Yes, that's the number to call.
Can you take it again?
08171086009. So you can either call or send a WhatsApp message.
All right. Any social media handles?
Yes, you can just check me up on LinkedIn, Instagram. LinkedIn is my name, Lilian Akuma. On Instagram is Eagle Scribe.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes, that's my pen name, by the way.
Okay.
Yes, so
Eagle
this
Scribe.
Eagle Scribe, yes,
Okay.
yes. because of the mystery. I like to keep it mysterious.
I love it so
and
much.
and I'm really hoping that you know
Yeah.
currently I'm really hoping that producers will begin to look at novelists, you know, to pick out stories, you know, because we don't have, this is one of a rare story that you wouldn't find just anywhere. On the novel. It's not the regular family drama or political movie.
Yeah.
This is something rare.
This is different.
And we don't have too many writers doing this. So
Lillian has sold her markets, and I tell you, this is a very amazing book. I like that you mentioned that, you know, producers should, you know, take up the task of turning books into movies. I think in this side of the world, that doesn't really happen.
No, it doesn't really happen.
And that's a problem. I mean, you don't have to think too much. There are books out there that you can actually, you know, buy the copyright and turn it into a movie.
Into series. Netflix series.
Oh wow.
So,
wow.
Novelists,
Oh, wow.
we have a lot of novelists. We are all waiting for them to come to us and stop recycling the stories that we keep seeing on TV.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Lillian.
Thank you very much.
Here. She wrote the book Shadow of the Unseen. I say it like that because it's mysterious. And it's NEENMA here on the dial. I'm sure you guys have learned a thing or two from today's discussion. I took away, as a youth, the challenges you're going through does not last forever, from Lillian's mouth to your ears. All right, so it's gonna make you or break you. You're gonna choose what that challenge is gonna do to you. But I say, make it make you, because we are not breaking here. This is Inspiration FM. We inspire you to do better. No breaking, no giving up. NEENMA on the dial.